Have you ever thought about how the people we see on screens, stages, and runways face real physical or neurological challenges and still reshape culture, fashion, science, and activism? Today, we explore celebrities with disabilities, not just their labels, but their influence, earnings, careers, and how they're changing what success really means. 1. Why this topic matters in 2026. Disability representation has moved beyond inspirational quotes or sympathy. In 2026, people with disabilities are no longer hidden in the margins. They're leading mainstream media, global campaigns, fashion, music, and policy changes. Their visibility affects not only inclusion, but also how industries rethink accessibility, employment, and creative expression. People with disabilities make up a significant portion of the world's population, yet until recently, many were underrepresented in entertainment, fashion, science, and public life. Today, celebrities with disabilities challenge stereotypes, earn mainstream recognition, and open doors for others. Their stories are not just feel-good moments, they influence business deals, brand partnerships, advocacy networks, and policy reforms. That's what makes their journeys worth knowing, especially for audiences seeking meaningful role models and real impact in media and culture. 2. Breaking barriers in entertainment and fashion. Ellie Gouldstein, modeling, acting, and inclusion. One of the most talked about figures in recent years is Ellie Gouldstein, a British model and actress born with Down syndrome. She began modeling at age 15 and rose to fame after becoming the first model with Down syndrome featured in a Gucci campaign, a global milestone for disability representation in high fashion. Ellie has since appeared in major campaigns for Nike, Vodafone, Primark, and Superdrug, showing that brands are increasingly willing to embrace true diversity. She has also expanded into acting, appearing on the BBC series Mallory Towers, and published her own autobiography Against All Odds, becoming a voice and face for inclusion beyond fashion. Today, Ellie's story illustrates how representation can drive opportunity, not just on runway stages, but in TV, books, brand work, and social influence. Brands partnering with inclusive figures like Ellie not only improve accessibility and representation, but also often see positive engagement and broader audience connection, a win for both advocacy and market reach. Alexandra Kutas, redefining runway limits. In fashion, Alexandra Kutas stands out as a pioneering figure. She's recognized as one of the first professional runway models who uses a wheelchair, breaking barriers in an industry long dominated by able-bodied aesthetics. Originally from Ukraine, Alexandra not only walked internationally, but also co-founded adaptive clothing brand Puffins Fashion, focused on practical yet stylish clothes designed for people with mobility needs. Her work has influenced urban accessibility planning too. She served as an advisor on accessibility for her city's mayor and continues to advocate for inclusive design in public spaces. Alexandra shows how modeling isn't just about beauty, it's about influence, entrepreneurship, and visibility for entire communities. 3. Music and disability culture in the 2020s. Lachi, artist, advocate, and cultural influencer. Music and disability culture intersect strongly through the work of Lachi, a blind artist who has reshaped how disability is seen in music, media, and technology. Born legally blind, Lachi became an advocate for disability representation in the industry. In 2024, she was named an Ad Color Innovator of the Year, and in 2025, she earned a spot on Forbes' Accessibility 100 list for her leadership in accessibility and inclusion. Lachi founded Ramp Recording Artists and Music Professionals with Disabilities, a global consultancy and member network that partners with major organizations, including Grammy producers, to improve accessibility in live events, award shows, and media platforms. 4. Disability in film. New faces and new perspectives. Gloria Ramos, changing Spanish cinema. Gloria Ramos from Spain made history by becoming the first actress with an intellectual disability to be nominated for a Goya Award, one of the most prestigious film awards in the Spanish-speaking world. Her breakthrough role in the hit film Champions attracted millions of viewers and earned her international visibility. Ramos continues to work in television and theater, advocating for authentic representation and demonstrating that inclusion doesn't just belong in documentaries or special programs, it belongs in mainstream media too. Her presence in the film industry highlights how caste diversity changes narratives and attracts broader audiences, benefiting production companies and distributors financially and culturally. 5. Advocacy, rights, and public influence. Representation in media and fashion is powerful, but many celebrities also influence policy, rights movements, and global advocacy. Nawal Akram, comedy, advocacy, and activism. Qatari comedian and disability rights campaigner Nawal Akram grew up with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, a condition that eventually required wheelchair use. Despite being forced out of school early, she founded Muscular Dystrophy Qatar to raise awareness and challenge public perceptions of disability in education and daily life. Sophie Morgan, media influence in disability politics. British presenter Sophie Morgan became a prominent television host and disability advocate after a life-changing accident left her paraplegic. She has been a lead presenter for major events like Channel 4's coverage of the Summer Paralympics and has been listed as one of the most influential disabled figures in the UK. But her influence goes beyond TV. She uses her platform to push for policy changes, better infrastructure, and corporate accessibility practices. Morgan has worked with charities and global organizations, illustrating how individuals with disabilities can shape public discourse and hold institutions accountable. 6. What the data shows trends in 2026. Representation is increasing. More models with mobility aids, actors with intellectual disabilities, and artists with sensory impairments are visible in mainstream media than ever before. Industry partnerships matter. Brands like Gucci, Nike, and major TV networks are actively embracing inclusive representation, which often leads to stronger brand perception and engagement. Advocacy influences policy. Leaders like Sophie Morgan and organizations like RAMPed are helping to shape industry standards for accessible entertainment, from award shows to concerts. Authentic stories are financially viable. Audiences respond to representation that feels real and not tokenized. Conclusion. The celebrities we've talked about, from Ellie Goldstein breaking fashion barriers to Lachi shaping music culture and Gloria Ramos redefining film, are proof that disability isn't a limitation. It's a source of perspective, influence, and innovation. If you were inspired by these stories of strength, creativity, and impact, please hit like, subscribe for more deep dives like this, and drop a comment below about which celebrity's journey surprised you most. Check out our next video on how inclusive media is reshaping global entertainment industries in 2026. You won't want to miss it.